Hello, I'm Sally Bundock. We begin the programme with breaking news. The US government has shut down for the first time in 6 years after lawmakers failed to reach an agreement on extending federal spending. So these are live pictures now from Capitol Hill, where it is just after midnight Eastern time. In the Senate on Tuesday, Democrats rejected Republicans' plans to extend the federal government for at least another 7 weeks, demanding a reverse to healthcare cuts to offer their support. During a shutdown, essential workers continue as normal, some without pay, but government employees deemed as non-essential are temporarily on unpaid leave. President Trump had warned that he would use the shutdown to bring in a wave of mass, irreversible firings of thousands of non-essential federal workers. He also promised to permanently change landmark healthcare policies brought in by the Obama and Biden administrations.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like. So they're taking a risk by having a shutdown because of the shutdown, we can do things medically and other ways, including benefits. We can cut large numbers of people out. We don't want to do that, but we don't want fraud, waste, and abuse.
Well, as the Senate failed to reach an agreement, the Republican Majority Leader John Thune and Democrat Leader Chuck Schumer blamed each other for the impasse.
This is ready to pass right now. This keeps the government open. This funds the government and protects federal workers and the American people from the hostage-taking that has become, evidently, now the Democrat norm.
We stand at the precipice of a government shutdown because Republicans are not serious about keeping the government open. If you want one glaring instance of that, Speaker Johnson sent his people home. They're home right now, even though the government will conclude at midnight. There's only one conclusion you can draw when the Speaker sends the House home, that he wants a shutdown. He doesn't want to negotiate.
Well, let's speak to our North America correspondent, Peter Bowes. Hello to you, Peter. So the shutdown is now begun. What does that mean?
Well, it means that essentially this is a partial shutdown of government services. Not everything is affected. And of course, essential services, emergency services will continue unchanged. But there will be plenty of services that over a period of time, Americans will notice. I don't think there'll be an immediate impact on people living their everyday lives, but especially people visiting this country might notice that some of the tourist attractions have closed down, the national parks, maybe some of the monuments that people might have been planning to visit. And again, over a period of time, the airports could be affected. This is something that we noticed during the last shutdown almost 7 years ago, again during a Trump administration, the first administration, that the security workers and air traffic controllers at the airports were working. They were not being paid during that time until the shutdown finished. And it led during that period of time to some of those people leaving their jobs because of the hardship that they were suffering. That led to long delays at the airports. As I say, it won't happen immediately, but it is a possibility over a period of time.
And each side is blaming the other for this shutdown and the consequences that will follow. How will this be resolved? Do we know how this political stalemate will be overcome?
Well, there will have to be a compromise on one side, and at the moment there's no sign, Sally, of that taking place. And the blame game really started several days ago because this closure of services was beginning to look inevitable, I would say, a couple of days ago. In fact, during the last few hours, the White House on their website has had one of those countdown clocks counting the minutes and the seconds, and as it turned midnight, the message on the website changed to Democrats have shut down the government. So very directly, the White House blaming Democrats, Democrats are saying that it's the Republicans' fault. And the issue at the heart of this is healthcare. The Democrats want to see included in the spending bill provisions to extend some provisions that came with Obamacare that are due to expire in a couple of months' time at the end of the year. The Republicans say that they want to have, as they put it, a clean bill that excludes any external issues like healthcare. And the two sides poles apart, and there will, as I say, have to be compromise, but certainly listening to the statements that we've just heard just now and what people have been saying in Washington for the last couple of days, neither side wants to be the first to back down.
OK, Peter, thank you very much. Peter Bowes there, our North America correspondent.